show up. Alright, let's get started. So, today is the day we learn about functions. Functions are why we learn about relations. One thing leads to another, such as math, such as life. Let's go. What's a function? A function is a relationship between input and output. In a function, there's exactly one output for each input. What does this mean? Well, it means that for each member of the domain, there's only one member of the range. So this mapping represents a function. It does not matter if more than one element of the domain is paired with one element of the range. Long story short, a function is a function if and only if no x's repeat. So if you have an x that repeats, it is not a function. If a number in your domain shows up more than once, the relation you're dealing with is not a function. That's all there is to it. And we'll go into that a little more after we describe two different types of functions. So there are two types of functions, a discrete and a continuous function. Basically, a function, let's get in there. A function whose dots are just kind of like all cattywampus, and they're just dots, and they're not connected. That is known as a discrete function, if and only if, again, none of your x's repeat. Meaning, they can't have the same x. No x's have to be the same, and it's just some dots. Scatter plot is what they're called. Also, there's something known as a continuous function, which means it's a graph. It's a line, a curved line. This parabola over here, that's a function. They're connected. The dots are connected by a line. That is known as a continuous function. So now we've come to the easy method to check if something is a function. Okay? And it is known as the vertical line test. What that means is you take a graph. Parabola, and you can draw a vertical line. I'll use a different color. If you can draw a vertical line on the graph anywhere, and it only hits the graph one time, that means it is a function. Okay? If we have a graph this, draw a vertical line. And as you can see, the vertical line hits our graph in 2 different places. That means it is not a function. That means because x's repeat, right? Here's x at 1, here's x at 1. There's 2 x's at 1, where y's, your y's can repeat, that's okay. But if your x's repeat, not a function. What does it mean if your y's repeat? Let me show you. This is an example from the book. This is known as a piecewise function. It means that there are 2 different parts to the graph connected by a spot in which the graph jumps. So here's one part of our graph. We'll put a closed dot here because it includes that number. But over here we have an open dot. Same number. We'll say close like this, right? Is this a function? Is this down here a function? I ask you. The answer is yes. Hits the graph once, hits the graph once, hits the graph once, because this is included right here, but right here at the open circle, it is not included. So it still only hits the graph once, hits the graph once, once, and once, right? So this is a function. And that's the vertical line test, It's pretty great. It's very useful. Here you are, the book examples of what a function is not a function. Their piecewise graph the function looks a little different than mine. And they didn't use a parabola for both. I don't know what you want to call this thingy. But it's not a function. So, this is the bulk of it right down here. So here we are. Is this a function? Y's are 1, -1, and 1. Ones are repeating. Does that matter? No, because it's the y's. It does not matter. Do our x's repeat? -2, 0, 2? No, they do not. Therefore, it's a function. Over here, do our x's repeat? Are there 2 arrows coming out of any one of these x's? If there are 2 arrows coming out of the x, no good. Not a function. Over here, honestly, actually, how could you figure out from an equation? I guess you could make your own table. Like, would you have to make your own table? You would have to make your own table. I guess this is just representing functions. We'll get back to this probably later in the lesson. Hold on. So, graph, vertical line test, we're good. That's a function. So here we are. We've arrived at your classwork. Again, I still don't have it. Tager said they're working on it. I'll bug her again. It's pretty fun to bug her. Odds only, so let's do some even ones. Is each relationship a function? Explain. Range doesn't matter. We can ignore it. What range? I don't see no range. Do you see a range? I don't see no range. There's no range there. Look at that, boom, it's gone. We're looking at our domain, aka our x's. Do our x's repeat? 2, 5, 6, 6. Double 6. Goodbye. Not a function. Let's look at 4. 4 says y equals 1/2 x minus 6. How can we... Okay, let me see. Okay. How do they want us to know if it's a function? I guess you just gotta graph it, gamer. That's all you can do. So it looks like our slope's going to be 1/2, which means we're going to go, remember the number on top tells us we go up 1 and right 2, and that's just going to be -6. So it's going to be a quick drawing of this graph will be -6 is going to be down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 over 2, 1 over 2, 1 over 2, boom, beautiful, beautiful, and it looks like it's going to be a function, so boom, 4 is a function, 6, function, drop my lines, look at that, nothing, I don't want to write in the book, you can print it out and you can write on it obviously. 8. I mean, easy to tell, right? Vertical line, not going to be a function. Okay, one other thing. Right here for B. Let's do 10 together. Let's just do all of 10 together. The cost of sending cell phone pictures is given by y equals 0.25x, where x is the number of pictures you would send and y is cost dollars. So basically this is saying it costs 25 cents to send a picture. That's a very old, antiquated thing. We used to have to pay for text messages back in the day. Not that you would remember, because you didn't exist. That's honestly, back when I was in middle school, 7th and 8th grade, texting had just become, like, it was like free texting, and then you had like unlimited minutes on night. You'd have to pay for minutes before. Cell phones sucked back in the day. It's a lot better now. So, write the equation in function notation. Represent the function in terms of the context. So what function notation is? So here's our function, right? Y equals 0.25x. So all function notation is instead of y, you write f of x, a function of x, is equal to 0.25x. That's it. The only thing that changes is your y, right? It's stupid, but whatever. So now they want you to find f of 5 and f of 12. All this means is instead of your x, you're going to be using 5 and 12. So f of 5 literally means 0.25 times 5, and f of 12 literally means, oh, I messed up, 0.25 times 12. Looks like a clock. Oh well. Get to it. Then you would, you know, do the graph. You do the math, not do the graph. So 5 times 0.25 is 1.25 equals f of 5, and f of 12 equals 3. Because, you know, we're divided by 4 basically. Because there are how many quarters? How much money is 12 quarters? It's going to be $3. And then they want you to determine the range in the domain. So this is, I mean, a function generally, well, what are they? See, I wish I had the answers. I didn't grab the teacher copy. I should have grabbed the teacher copy from school. I think I can do that. I think they're letting us do that since school's not going to meet until the end of the year. Or until, you know, no more school for the school year. Physical. No more physical school. But, for this one, I assume it'd be all real numbers, right? Everything, nothing will give us a no solution. You can plug in anything for x and you're good, you know? The only times you'll get not all real numbers is whenever you're dividing, you know, pretty much, because you can't divide by 0. So sometimes 0 will be included. I want to say it's going to be all positive numbers because, like, how do you send a negative picture? I don't think that matters. I think just mathematically they want to know the range and domain of this function. So it'd be all real numbers for both. This is unbounded, as they say. And that's it, you know, odds only. Let me think. Yeah. We'll make it easy this week. We'll do this. We'll just send you this page. Alrighty. Well, it didn't seem you tuned in, but I will send you a link to the video and with the homework and the reminder that it's odds only. Wash your hands. Stay safe. I'll see you Monday.